Hi, grade 5 students. How are you doing, dear ones? I hope you're all doing good and that you enjoyed our first lecture video together. So, the first lecture note was about patterns of nutrition in plants. And like I said before, us as human, as people, we have different ways to get the food that we need to live and grow. Sometimes we ask our moms to cook for us, or we can prepare something for ourselves. We can go to supermarkets to buy something to eat or to a restaurant to eat and consume food. Also plants. Plants are living organisms and plants are different, so they have different ways to get the food that they need to live and grow. Actually, there are three different ways that plants use to bring or get this food. First way is followed by green plants. Second one, symbiotic plants. Third way, carnivores plants. Let's start talking about green plants. Green plants are excellent plants. They have everything that they need and they can get everything that they need to cook for themselves. So we call them producers or autotrophs. Producers, since they produce their own food, they make their own food. They need no one to make this food. And in order to make their food, they need sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. Green plants need three different things to produce and to make their food. Sunlight, water, carbon dioxide, we call them producers. What about symbiotic plants? Symbiotic plants are plants that miss something. They need the help of other organisms. And symbiotic plants are classified also into three types. Symbiotic relationships can be mutualism, commensalism, or parasitism. Let's talk about mutualistic relationships. In mutualism, let me remind you of the example of the lichen. The lichen is a symbiotic plant that forms by the association of a mushroom with a green plant, which is the alga. The mushroom brings water and minerals and give them to the alga and give them to the green plant. This green plant now has everything. It cooks and gives some of the food to the mushroom. So both organisms benefit. They are both happy of this relationship. So mutualism is when both organisms are friends. They help each other to get what they need. Both organisms benefit. What about commensalistic relationships? We will take the example of the orchids with the tree. The orchids use the tree as a habitat, as a shelter. It uses the environment that this tree gives to it. The orchids is happy. The tree doesn't care. The tree gets nothing from this relationship. Okay? So the orchid is happy. The tree doesn't actually care. This is commensalism. When one organism is happy, one organism benefits, the second one doesn't care. This is what we call commensalism. Parasitism is the last type of relationships between organisms. Let's take the example of the mushroom with the tree. The mushroom cannot cook, cannot make its own food, so it steals others' food. The mushroom steals the tree's nutrients. The mushroom is the parasite, the tree is the host. The mushroom is happy, it is getting the food that it needs. The tree is so sad, there is someone stealing its food. When one organism is happy and the second is sad, we call this relationship parasitism. Finally, what about carnivorous plants? Most carnivorous plants can make their own food, but this food isn't enough. So they can cook for themselves, but this food isn't enough at all. So they feed on animals. They can eat frogs, mice, most of the time insects. So since they cannot produce enough food, they consume animals. Today's lesson is similar or uh, close to what we learned before in the first lecture video. Today we're going to talk about green plants. What do green plants need to grow healthy? Green plants, again, are living organisms. So they grow, at the end of their lives they die, but during their lives they need lots of things to grow healthy. They use the energy from food to grow. Where do green plants get the food they need? They produce it. So green plants are producers. They are autotrophs. They produce their own food. To produce their food, plants or green plants need three things: gases, carbon dioxide يعني, water, and sunlight energy. Gases, water, and sunlight. So green plants are producers or autotrophs. They use gases, water, and sunlight to produce and make their food. First of all, let's start talking about gases. Gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide, we can get them from the air, right? But we as people, we breathe. We use our noses and mouth to take in oxygen and carbon dioxide. What do plants do? How do plants take in these gases? Do they have noses? No, they don't. So what do plants do? Plants have small openings on the back of the leaves. Okay? These small openings, which are usually found on the under surface of the leaves, on the back of the leaves, have a special function. A very important function is to allow to oxygen and carbon dioxide to go inside and outside the leaf. So, to take carbon dioxide inside the plant's body, plants use their stomata. What do plants use? Their stomata. Okay, so the stomata again are small holes found in the back of the leaves of plants, and these holes let carbon dioxide inside the plant, since plants need this carbon dioxide to make their food. How do they take carbon dioxide? Through stomata. This is one. For the gases, for carbon dioxide, plants use their stomata. Right. 2. What about water? Most of you should know the answer. How do plants get water? How do they absorb water from the soil? What do they use? Most of the water comes from rain, and the roots of the plants found in the soil have a special job, which is to absorb, which is to take water from the soil, and then the water will go up in the stem, then to the leaves. Okay, most of the water is taken by the roots. Look at the arrows right here. So water moves from the soil. The roots suck the water from the soil, and then the water goes up in the stem, then to the leaves. Okay? Just a quick information that in the soil also there are important substances that we call minerals, like calcium, like iron, like phosphorus. These things, these minerals, are important for the plant's life, maybe to make fruits, to make flowers, to grow higher, to make a new color in its body. But these minerals aren't used in the food making process. So, plants do not use minerals to cook. Okay, minerals aren't used directly to make food, but plants use their roots to absorb water and minerals. Okay, what do plants use to take in carbon dioxide? Stomata, right. And what do they use to take in water and minerals? They use their roots. Perfect. To cook the food they need, plants need energy. Okay? So plants need energy now to mix and to cook, to prepare the food that they need to live and grow. How do plants get this energy? They get it from the sun. Plants use sunlight energy to complete or to make the food making process, to go through the food making process. How do plants take this energy? Do they use their stomata? Do they use their roots? No. Stomata are used for carbon dioxide, roots for water and minerals. Plants use something or substances called chlorophyll found in their leaves. Okay, so these discs, these small rounds called chlorophyll, give the plant its green color and catches sunlight. So the chlorophyll's job is to catch sunlight and to make the plant green. Okay? Stomata for carbon dioxide, roots for water and minerals, chlorophyll for sunlight energy. Let's repeat everything together. Okay? Plants need carbon dioxide. Stomata, which are the tiny openings found on the back of the leaves, take in carbon dioxide. How do plants take in water? They use their roots. Okay? Then the chlorophyll, the green pigment found in the leaves, catches sunlight energy. Okay? This energy is used to mix carbon dioxide and water together. When the plant uses this energy to mix carbon dioxide and water together, it makes food which is a kind of sugar. Okay? So plants use chlorophyll to catch sunlight. It uses stomata to take in carbon dioxide. It uses its roots to take in water. Then it mixes all of the components together to cook a kind of sugar in the leaves. The leaves are the kitchens. This is the same diagram of the first lecture video. Okay? So, plant again catches sunlight energy using the chlorophyll, which is the green pigment that the plant has in its leaves. Okay? To take in carbon dioxide, plants use their stomata. Plants use their stomata. And to take in water, plants use their roots. Okay? Plants take in carbon dioxide, they take in water, then they use the sunlight energy to mix these two together and to cook the food which is a kind of sugar. Okay? The leaves use the energy from the light. This energy helps the plants to put together CO2 and H2O, which are the carbon dioxide and water. Carbon dioxide, CO2, water, H2O. And this energy will help the plant cooks and produce the food that it needs. Okay? While cooking and making sugar, plants throw oxygen to the outside. So plants mix together carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight energy. And by this process, plants get sugar and oxygen. They throw the oxygen to the outside. The food making process, the cooking process, is called photosynthesis. Say it with me. Photosynthesis. So what is photosynthesis? It's when the plant cooks its own food. What do plants need for photosynthesis? 3 things: carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight energy. Again, the photosynthesis process is when the plant cooks. We're talking here about green plants. Green plants are green. They have chlorophyll so they can catch sunlight and cook. So photosynthesis is the food making process. Plants use 3 different things to cook: carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight energy. Don't forget that plants also need minerals. Plants cannot live in a place where there is no enough minerals for it. Okay? Calcium, iron, phosphorus, and much more are so important for the plant, but the plant doesn't need them for making food directly. Okay? So that's it. We finished the lesson. Guys, what are the materials needed by a plant to live and grow? 4 different materials. Say them with me. Carbon dioxide, right? Water, excellent. Sunlight, energy, and minerals. 4 different things. Carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, energy, and minerals. What leads to an unhealthy growth? Easy question. When a plant misses something of these 4 needs, when the plant has no enough carbon dioxide, when the plant has no enough water, when the plant has no enough sunlight energy, when the plant misses some or all of the minerals, the plant cannot grow healthy and it will die after a while. So, when the plant misses or there is no enough of one of these needed elements, the plant will be sick and it will die at the end. Okay? What's photosynthesis? Can you tell? It's when the plant makes its own food, and we're not talking here about all plants. As you saw, some plants are parasites. They don't cook. Okay? So, photosynthesis is the food making process that green plants go through. Plants use water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight energy to go through photosynthesis. Photosynthesis happens only during the day because there is sunlight. At night, plants don't cook. There is no sunlight. Bye bye, dear ones. For sure, if you have any